If you're waiting on someone to change your life, I'm gonna let you know, it ain't happening. Because the only person that can put in the steps to change your life is you. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Brittany Hayles, and this is Hayles Consulting, a business dedicated to helping you gain clarity in your career. Today, I'm just getting real with you guys because I've been having a lot of conversations with people about wanting to improve their life. And I have to constantly remind people that in order for your life to level up or improve, you gotta put yourself first. So in today's video, I'm gonna be walking you through 7 things I did to up level and completely change my life so I could go from being stressed to feeling less. You know the drill. Before we even get started here, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Do not forget to sign up for my weekly email list, and do not forget to follow Hayles Consulting on Instagram for daily career tips. Let's get started. So the first thing that I did to completely change my life was to start waking up an hour earlier. Now, you've probably done some math in your head already and realized that if you're waking up an hour earlier, that probably means that you're going to bed an hour earlier. Yes, that is correct. The 2 reasons why you want to prioritize waking up earlier is for your physical and mental health, and also for productivity. I've found that when I wake up earlier, I have an entire hour more to focus on myself, to get ready for the day. Versus when I'm waking up at 9 o'clock, the whole day has passed me by already. All I want to do is just go back to bed. So when I wake up earlier, I feel like I have more time to just take some time for myself, maybe work out, read a book, go for a walk. There's so many possibilities when you wake up earlier. Also, from a productivity standpoint, say you want to wake up an hour earlier to get some more tasks done that you usually do at night. Now you can do them in the morning with that extra hour. So it's not even just an opportunity for you to prioritize yourself for that hour, but also an opportunity to get more work done if need be. So next time you want to deprioritize sleep so you can watch one more episode of that show or answer one more email, remember that going to bed that 1 hour earlier or waking up that hour earlier is incredibly impactful for your mental health and also for your productivity. So the second thing I did to completely change my life was to start listening to educational podcasts. I am a firm believer that information is another form of currency, and the more information you have, the richer you are. And the reason why, to me, I prioritize podcasts is because of the fact that I don't always have the time to sit down and read. And honestly, sometimes reading puts me to sleep, I'm not gonna lie. It's nice to do right before I go to bed, but I don't always have the time to sit down and do it. So podcast is another great way to gain that educational content without having to sit down and read it. And I'm also an audio learner, so hearing things helps me learn as well. There are podcasts about finances, there are podcasts about how to grow as a person, there are podcasts literally about everything that you want to learn. So I highly encourage you to learn a big chunk of information all at one time in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Start looking for podcasts about topics that you're really interested in learning more about. It will change you. It will make you richer in knowledge, and that's what matters. Some of my favorite podcasts are How I Built This by Guy Raz, and Robinhood Investing also has a podcast called Snacks Daily. They're both really awesome podcasts about entrepreneurship and business, which I'm very, very interested in learning more about, so highly recommend those. But again, find a podcast about any topic you're interested in learning about more, and you will thank me later. Comment down below, what are some podcasts that you listen to? We would love to hear from you. I'm also always open to new podcasts, so definitely comment them down below. So the third thing that I've been doing to prioritize my life is learning how to work less and produce more. Because we're in this new age of hustle culture, what's happening is that we are forgetting that hustling for your entire life isn't necessarily the end goal. In the beginning stages of your business, in the beginning stages of your career, you are going to have to hustle, right? You're gonna have those sleepless nights, you're gonna have those weekends where you're working. That is just, it's a part of the game. But over time, what you need to do is prioritize learning how to work less and produce more. If you're constantly working and not learning how to strategize or innovate to produce more, what's going to happen is that you're going to burn out. And that's what I found was happening to me in my career and in my 2 businesses, was that I was working so much and it was the same consistent things being produced. So what I started doing was trying to prioritize, okay, how do I produce more and work less? And oftentimes that looks like hiring somebody to help you out, outsourcing things that maybe you're not the best at, that somebody else is really good at, and you could pay them to do it. Another way to do it is to literally ask at work, if there's a member of your team who you see is so efficient with their time, set up time with them and talk to them. In my video, things you should do during your first week of work, I talk about this exactly. There are so many people who are incredible at what they do, and they will share knowledge with you on how they do it. Do not be afraid to ask them. But again, something you should absolutely do to change your life and to really start prioritizing is how can you work less and produce more? Because hustle culture, all of that is cute in the beginning, but if you do that over a 5-10 year period, you're gonna burn out, and that is not the dream. The dream isn't to work till you die. The dream is to work and then figure out how to work less and continue producing. So the fourth thing I encourage you to do to change your life is to either go on a walk or run once a week. I know this sounds cliche, but nature is therapeutic. No joke. Going out, getting a fresh breath of air, or just seeing nature around you is so soothing. And I think that we don't do this enough. We're so used to the hustle and bustle of 9 to 5 and work and our businesses and life that we forget to take in nature. Every time I am frustrated and I go outside for a walk, my whole perception of life and the situation completely changes. Like, it just makes me want to be a better person and be a better person for other people. So make sure that you're prioritizing at least once a week to go out into the world and just take it all in. Nature, the fresh air, all of that, because I truly believe that when you're out in nature, you learn more about yourself. And in order to improve your life, you need to know yourself. So the fifth thing that I have for you here is more of a lesson than a tip, but it's that friendship is about quality, not quantity. I think with the rise of social media and us being able to pry into other people's lives and see what they do, this idea of having a million friends has become glamorized. And in my opinion, and from my own life and what's changed my life, is this perception of going from quantity to quality. It's not about having a million friends all over the world. It's about having a few friends that you know are your ride or die. I've noticed that in life where I had a really hard time or I had a really stressful time, I have specific friends that I could reach out to talk to and let them know about what's going on in my life. And then there was this other layer of like 100 people that I knew who I could not do that with. And it's not to say that I'm gonna cut off that extra layer of 100 people. It's just to be real with myself, and also for you to be real with yourself about the fact that, like, when you're going through those tough times and when you're going through life, there's a core group of people that are really there for you. And those extra layer 100 people, like, they're awesome, but do not prioritize going to that person with every little thing or expecting them to be there for you, because the reality is that it's about quality, not quantity. So the sixth thing that I did to completely change my life was to start a goal journal. For me, the purpose of a goal journal is to really visualize and solidify your goals for the year, for the week, for the month, for the day, whatever it may be. So the way in which I have my goal journal set up is that every day I write the same 3 goals over and over again. Now you may be saying to yourself, why are you doing that? And to me, there's just something great about repetition, and there's something in the brain, and there's something about like just cognitive ability that when you see the same thing over and over again, it just becomes even more real to you. And now every single thing that you do is wrapped around those 3 goals. And the way in which I stay true to those goals is I only allow myself to change the goal once a month. So let's say November 1st, I write down my 3 goals every single day. I cannot change those goals again until December. And the reason why I do that is to stay focused and on track. So in the beginning of the month, when I set those goals, I have to say to myself, like, is this real? Is this long-term? Like, do I see this changing? Do I really think I can stick to this? Like, it encourages you to be real with the goal that you're setting. And the beauty of changing it every single month is that my goals that I had set in March, some of them were completed, and I was able to change them and add new goals. And some of the goals that I set earlier in the year are not even, like, I can't even fathom the thought of them anymore, because my life is just so different at this point. So I really encourage you to create a goal journal, because it's so exciting to see your goals written down on a piece of paper and be able to visualize them and work towards them and see them change and see how you change and how you can work towards those things that you're trying to achieve. So the last thing I did to absolutely change my life was to get serious about budgeting. So I totally understand that budgeting looks completely different depending on who you are. For some people, it looks like putting your entire paycheck into your savings. For some people, it looks like saying, I'm only gonna spend this amount this month. So many different ways that you can budget. I'll be the first person to say, the type of budgeting where it's like setting a amount of money that you're gonna spend per month is just not, my brain doesn't get it. It's like, oh, you're only gonna spend $1,000 this month and then my credit card is $2,000. Like, that's just, it doesn't work well for me. But the type of budgeting that does work for me and has continuously worked for the past year is category budgeting. So I looked at my bank statements and saw how much money I was spending in a specific category, and I said to myself, hello, girlfriend, all of that spending that you're doing in that specific category, it's gotta stop. So for instance, one of my biggest spending categories since I graduated from college was eating out, going to restaurants with friends, acting real bougie, ordering takeout, like so many things. So what I did and told myself is that, Brittany, you can eat out once a week. Once a week, that's it. Those little dinners you used to do every night, cut it out. Once a week, you get to go out to eat, and only once a week do you get to order takeout. And since I did that, I've just seen the amount of money that I spend on those type of luxury eating out instances has significantly decreased, and I've seen my bank account increase and my credit card bill decrease. So if you're like me, we're saying, okay, I'm only gonna spend like this amount of money per month on this one thing, doesn't really work well for you, try to find that category budgeting and say, you spend so much money on clothes or food or shoes or whatever it may be, and say to yourself, listen, you used to buy 10 shoes a month, buy 2. And you will see that you just automatically budget, because sometimes it's how our brain functions. It doesn't function well with spending and money. Sometimes your brain is like, I'm gonna do it anyways. But if you say to yourself only once a week or once a month or twice a month, you get to do something, that just seems a little bit more feasible, and you can actually plan it and schedule in and not do it. So again, in order for you to up level and change your life, you have to get serious about yourself, and you just have to start today and do those little things, like saying that you're not gonna spend money on shoes this month, or that you're gonna go for a walk more often, or even that person that you keep relying on to be your best friend is no longer your friend. Like, just be real with yourself and start prioritizing what's best for you, because at the end of the day, when you prioritize what's best for you, eventually everything else will fall into place. As I said earlier in this video, I am a career coach. So if you are at a point in your life where you're like, I need some career goals, I don't even know where to go, I don't know how to transition into this job, whatever it may be, I'm here to help you not only define those goals, but to help you create an action plan on how to complete them. You can go ahead and email me at info@haylesconsulting.com, or you can go down in the description box below and set up time with me right now. As I said earlier in this video, do not forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with everyone who you know is trying to change their life, feels like they're kind of stuck. I'm here to help, okay? Do not forget to follow Hayles Consulting on Instagram for more career tips every single day, and comment down below, what are some ways in which you've improved your life, or what are topics that you'd like to see me talk about in another video? And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.